Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, every once in a while there's some local news and enough local news that I want to do a local news segment of the Bulldog Show. So here, because remember, we don't cover fires, car wrecks. We don't cover all this stuff, those feel-good, stupid stories that 5, 9, 12, and 19 waste their time, weather, sports, so forth. Local news is a disaster. But here's my local news report, which will be much more entertaining than 5, 9, 12, 19, 700 WLW and the Inquirer. First, Ben Dusing. I got an email last week, at the end of the week, I think it was Friday, an email from the Cincinnati Lawyers Organization. You can't make this up, my favorite line. June 17th, Ben Dusing, who is a psychopath, who Judge Mailing said was the worst emotional abuser of a woman ever, is going to teach a continuing legal education credit for the Cincinnati Bar Association called Professionalism and Ethics on June 17th. Ben Dusing. Boy, you know what? They might as well let me. Can you imagine me teaching a class such as that? That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Never going to happen. Not because I'm not unprofessional, because I hate them and I fight them. Ben Dusing teaching a class on professionalism and ethics. Next up, good old Robbie Portman. Rob Portman is a Bushite. Supported the Bushes, always supported Mitt Romney, wasn't Donald Trump's friend. All the local Republican characters, Joe Deters amongst them, all are for Portman. Well, guess who Portman is supporting, obviously, to replace him? Good old Jane Portman is having a fundraiser for Jane Timken. Jane Timken is trying to get the Trump. You know what, folks? Everybody who's a Trumper needs to not be for Timken. We need to win this. You know what? If Trump throws in with Renacci or one of the other guys, they will win the freaking primary. And that's what we need to have happen. We need to keep Timken, who's just another establishment Republican, out of there. Good old Janie. Born of the silver spoon, kept the silver spoon, got a bigger silver spoon by marriage. We need to keep her out of there. Little bitty Chuck Kubicki. I saw a little report from the Inquirer yesterday where little bitty Chuck Kubicki, remember, he lost as the Hamilton County Common Pleas judge. He's the guy that banned me from the courthouse claiming I threatened to burn it down, which is a total lie, at the request of little Joe TNT Deters, the alcoholic Joe Otis himself. Well, guess what? As soon as he lost, and I predicted it, Mock goes to work for Joe, Kubicki goes to work for Joe. They all go work for Joe on the taxpayer dollar. Well, apparently, Kubicki was part of the appellate team, and he allegedly got demoted, as reported by Dan Horn. He got demoted to like on-floor prosecutor, and he resigned and quit. That was not good enough for old Judge Kubicki. I can only hope that Kubicki and TNT are fighting. Little bitty Chuck Kubicki. FC Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati is now 1-5-1. Welcome to professional sports in Cincinnati. You know what? They know we're all suckers. It's Bengals, Reds, now FC Cincinnati. Everybody suckers. Give it time. Give it time. Well, they suck too. Northern Kentucky Tea Party. I want to do this announcement because I understand they're looking for members. Northern Kentucky Tea Party tomorrow, Wednesday, June 2nd, 6 to 8 p.m., Brickhouse Pub and Grub in Florence, Kentucky. I support the Northern Kentucky Tea Party from way back when, although one time I was going to go speak to them and some, vetoed my appearance. I don't care. Joe Maas, this was in the Cincinnati Business Courier. JTM, one of the four brothers, has sued the other four brothers. I thought this was very interesting, over some religious beliefs and everything else. Interesting. See, all families fight. Protestor Charges Dropped. Hundreds of these people just dropped. Curfew violation, dropped, violating the law. Black privilege, folks. Black and liberal white privilege. How come my charges weren't dropped? Beverly Hills Supper Club fire. Peter Bronson, my good buddy, who I interviewed right there in that chair. Peter Bronson did a great column explaining that it was no doubt. By the way, I believe this. It was no doubt a criminal act, the Beverly Hills Supper Fire Club. The aluminum wiring was all bullshit. Stan Chesley got away with it. The rest is history. I'm happy the victims got some money. That's one thing Peter Bronson leaves out. I'm glad all those people who died got some money, even if it was fraud. Because guess what? It was paid, probably by insurance companies, and I hate them. Cincinnati Reds and Votto. This is the little game that they play. Did you see last week where Votto was in the Reds play-by-play booth talking, See, these are little gimmicks that they do to try to keep us interested when they suck on the field. I just want to point these things out. See, while everybody else rows the boat in the same direction about since the 5-9, 12, 19, Reds, Bengals, it's all a bunch of crap. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day, keeping it real for you and me.